Hey there lovelies, it's Sarah here from auraangelart.etsy.com, and this is my latest art journal video. You might have noticed at the very beginning of the video, when you watch the process, that I started the page with an affirmation. I've been working recently on some kinesiology. I have a DIY kinesiology kit that I use sometimes to help me kind of align and feel better and more grounded, more centered, and more able to achieve. And one of the alignments I did recently was to do with loving myself unconditionally, no matter what. And that particular alignment related to the heart chakra. So I wrote that affirmation on the page before I began, and then collaged over it, and kind of wanted that to be the foundation layer for this painting, basically. So I've taken the idea of the heart chakra and also the idea of growth, because green is the colour of growth when it comes to auras, and put those two things together, and that was what helped me choose my colour scheme for today's page. So I've created a little angel. I've used a lovely heart chakra symbol that my sister made for me on her fancy cutting machine. I've no idea what that's called, but it's fabulous. I added in a little sort of quote, if you like, that sort of stood out to me all of a sudden. It says, "Hold tight and pretend it's a plan," which, I don't know, that kind of, to me, that links into the idea of loving yourself no matter what. So just keep going anyway, no matter whether it feels like it's gone wrong at the moment. Pretend it's a plan and just see where it takes you. So that's kind of part of the feel of this page as well. So let me walk you through the things that I used to create this. So I used some different collage papers, mostly this kind of origami paper today, in nice shades of green and a little bit of blue as well. Also for the background I used a bit of buttermilk paint for the center where my angel was going to be, and then a combination of Galleria Pale Olive and Golden Green Gold for the background. I also used that same buttermilk and some metallic antique gold for her hair. I used my Neocolor 2 crayons for the first layer of colour on her, and my Neo art bars, which are very similar to the Neocolor 2, so they don't make these anymore, but I used those for the shading on the face. I used my Prismacolor pencils for shading. I used my Pitt pens for shading as well, and my favourite Daler Rowney Portrait Pink for the flesh tone. And I also used one of these sparkly Jane Davenport pens just to add a little bit of sparkle to her dress and to her little wing in her hair. My Jane Davenport paint over pen for the highlights on her face. I used my Uniball eye pen to add some more depth of shadow around her, and my Stabilo All pencil as well for a very similar reason, just adding a bit of depth of shadow. Then I used my gelatos for the aura and the energy, and the colours I used were Margarita Mix, that's the lighter colour, and Spearmint is the darker green there. And the final thing that I used was this Cosmic Shimmer Lunar paste, it's called, and it's this lovely sparkly paste that you use with a spatula and a stencil. And the stencil I chose today is one that I have had for ages. I'm not sure where I got it from, to be honest, but to just pick out these little heart symbols. This paste I've had for a long time, and I always forget to use it, and then every now and then I think, oh yeah, that sparkly stuff, I should definitely use that. And I used a little bit of this paint marker, Pentel paint marker, just to add a few little dots and interesting things into her hair. So I think that's all of the supplies that I used, pretty much my favourites. So I hope you enjoy watching her come to life in the next part of the video. If you're interested in my art at all, then please have a look in the description box, because I'll link to my Etsy store there, where you can find original art, you can find some e-courses, some meditations, all kinds of things. So feel free to check that out. But in the meantime, enjoy the video. Thank you very much.